Hello friends, I am Samir Suryansh. It has almost been 3 months that COVID-19 pandemic has taken the world to ransom with its highly infectious nature. Economic slowdown is at its peak and resources are shrinking. People are locked in their homes and the entire world dynamics has changed. It's already clear that life will not return to normal soon. In fact, there are already many significant and fundamental changes in the world, and many of these are going to be permanent. In this scenario, the entire world is facing huge crisis and is being forced to rethink its strategy of work environment in the government, social work, corporate industry, films, arts, music industry, as well as lifestyle of common citizens in terms of market accessibility, education, and relationship with the others. So I'm just going to discuss with you some major points or impacts which are going to take place within our lives and how we will be affected by that. First of all, the supply chain of item needs to be redefined. So as we are witnessing that in view of the lockdown, closed boundaries, and fear of infection, supply chain of items is becoming more and more local than global. Rather than depending on other countries for specific products, we now have to think of manufacturing all such products within the local range itself. Companies will look to diversify their suppliers and to favor local suppliers even at higher costs. Retailers with physical stores will compete with the online shops, so both will have to coexist with equal sharing. We are being forced to shop from local stores in our vicinity, and even online shopping has come to a major halt. Although online shopping will bounce back if situation improves, but the role of a shop nearby is gaining significance. People will have to become more and more conscious, and already people have become conscious, and this will continue. To live a healthy lifestyle, to exercise, do mediation, yogas, etc. would now be the new trend all across the world. People are now understanding how important family is and what roles they were really missing out during earlier times. And I think this will continue in future also. People are reviewing their intake, food intake, quality of food, quantity of food, body immunity, etc. People are practicing to live life with discipline, with no dependency on doctors except in critical illness. So a doctor's visit, which was very frequent even for small illness, would be less frequent. And in fact, we have tried to develop a lifestyle right now in which we prevent ourselves from consuming things which may impact our health. Now people are understanding the value of their life and are afraid to lose it. People are also pursuing their hobbies and understanding that you don't really need to go out to a mall, restaurant, shopping complex to freak out or chill out. You can do that all at home, at the comfort of your own home, along with your family members. So people are understanding and enjoying family togetherness, being reminded of lost family values, and so on and so forth. The major change or major impact which is coming, that telephone, TV, and internet have become more and more important friends, and now they are almost a lifeline for us. When we are locked within our homes, we are more dependent on the TV industry, news, Facebook, WhatsApp, social networking to connect with our other counterparts, our other family members and relatives. One more important aspect is going to come, and which has already taken place, that online education and certification will find a new high. So all the colleges, schools, they are closed right now. So even now also many of the universities and colleges have started online courses in order that their students may not lag behind with the sessions. And this is going to become more and more prominent in future also. So credit systems, and online exams, online interviews. These are going to be a major thing in the future. Now, environment pollution will also be controlled if there is less outpour of people on the streets and offices and public places, because now government is restricting more and more people to remain within their homes and to work from home. Only people with essential services are required to move to their offices and move on the roads. Now, there will be more jobs in the IT industry also, as taking lessons from the lockdown, more and more agencies are moving towards e-offices, and this will require more IT setups, cloud storage, cloud computing, and hence requirement of resources to maintain, troubleshoot these setups from anywhere and any place. So IT industry is going to see a major boom. People are also becoming more and more self-dependent, and they are being trained to do so because the household help and other people are not accessible. So people are doing their household chores themselves rather than being dependent on maids or household helps. When people will work from convenience of their homes, they can manage all these things accordingly. One major impact which is going to come and which has already started, that air travel, train travel, journeys for professional purposes will also reduce. Most of these things can be done with live sessions using video conferencing facilities and tools. Now there will be few overseas visits for attending meetings, seminars, workshops, and all of these will save money as well as time. There will also be slowdown in automobile industry, as organizations will be providing office cabs with social distancing norms due to less people required to visit offices. All strata of society living in villages, remote areas will become aware to use IT tools as a compulsion to keep in pace with the changing scenario where things will become more and more IT centric. There will be more internet and IT connectivity even to remote areas like villages, and government will require to invest in it. Jobs will be available at any location due to the IT dependency and infrastructure. Private as well as government jobs will be available at all places. Jobs will be task-based rather than hour-based. The Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, has already hinted out over this. Now, despite of recovering from this pandemic, if a vaccine is created in coming months, there will be loss of trust, which will take time to recover. How long will it take before all the folks are comfortable with to go in groups? Or when will homeowners feel comfortable letting a stranger come to their house to or renting it? How long will countries with high infection rate will be deemed clear so that their citizens can come and visit as tourists again? So it will take some time. I think it will be at least 2 years or more. Home bias will automatically increase as countries will prefer local people over manpower from overseas or the other countries. This will lead to more mental peace for people as they can balance between professional and personal life effectively, residing in their own country and staying together or nearby. Healthcare for all will become a more standard view. Healthcare industry will have to improve, and it's improving day by day because it's catering so many people. It's something unexpected which has come in the healthcare industry. Now it's time to improve its efficiency and effectiveness, and of course remote healthcare support will be available right now in the coming future also, where you don't require to visit the hospitals and stand in queues. More doctors, healthcare professionals will be available online, and for that we'll require to recruit, train more doctors and healthcare professionals. Conventional industries like handicrafts, handlooms, cotton, paper packaging, small and medium industries would restart again and gain prominence in market to cope with reduced import of cheap items from neighboring countries like China. This will help create self-employment in the country also. Insurance sector will also boom as people are now aware of the consequences of a pandemic and how it can rob their entire savings in few weeks. Further, now everyone will like their dependents to be financially stable, and if at all there is loss of their life due to such pandemic, their family should not suffer. This would be the main thinking of most of the people. So overall, the entire world order will change, and people will now be more and more engaged on their laptops, iPads, and IT application, and at the same time attending their personal life in close proximity. However, use of masks, sanitizers, social distancing will prevail as people have now lost faith due to the varying nature of the disease. So I think with that I would like to conclude, and not just seeing the dark side of the pandemic of the coronavirus, we'll also have to see what revolutionary changes it's going to bring in our lives, and we shall be in fact be overwhelmed with ideas to change our lifestyle in such a way that we do not become a burden on the nature, we do not exploit nature, and as you are seeing that nature is already blooming and resetting itself. So friends, thank you so much. Please give your positive comments, positive feedback on this lecture. Thank you very much.